centre for quite a while, so we know her quite well. And she's always been very good to have her feet picked up. And when we brought her in from the field one day, she was a bit reluctant to have the hind foot picked up. So then we were starting to think, is this a training issue or could it be pain related? And to help us decide that, we look at her facial expressions whilst we're picking out the feet. So as Jess starts picking out the feet, you see she's turned her ears to have her ears on Jess, see what she's doing. But generally that's okay. So now we go for the hind leg. As you can see, she's turned her ears right, so now she's fixed on what Jess is doing. And she's also pursing her lip a little bit here, if you can see. Also, she's got a little wrinkle above the eye. And these could all be little indicators that, that she could have some pain somewhere. So in this case, we decided to get the vet to check her.
So Claire, I mean, I'm certainly guilty, I think, sometimes of thinking that if my horse is misbehaving or something like that, it must be a flaw in my training. But really, I should be going to this first, or what's the difference I should be looking for?
Well, like we mentioned earlier, that if you know your horse really well, you'll know that if there's a change that it's something to look into, so it could be pain related.
But obviously they both work together, I should imagine, and actually training can help perhaps some discomforts.
Yes, generally we would say that if you're being consistent in your training and clear with what you're asking them, and they know what you're asking them to do, and they're not improving, then it's likely to be a pain issue. So in that case, we'd start looking at what could be causing that, so it'd be good to get your vet on board then.
So actually going off of that, not just actually some of these signifiers, but actually just training not progressing anymore.
Yes.
Could be a big step as well to thinking maybe there's something going on.
Yes, definitely.
And I heard the lovely story earlier about Spring.
Yeah.
What happened after that?
So we got the vet to check her, and she was indeed lame on that hind leg. So she's now on a rehab program. So she's on confined turnout, she's on some pain relief, and we're just doing rehab work with her. So following the program that the vet has set.
Fab, so you're certainly pleased that you went down that route rather than thinking actually it's a training issue.
Yeah, definitely. In her case, we just noticed those subtle signs and thought it was unlike her to be like that, and that's why we thought we'd get the vet involved early doors before it progressed any further.
That means you're certainly looking happy now though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's much happier.
Fab, Claire, I feel like I've learned so much about pain responses in horses, but to everybody watching at home, what would be the main 3 things you want them to take away from this video?
Okay, so firstly, know your horse really well so that you know when there are changes. Be aware of obvious pain responses and also the subtle pain responses. And also, if you're training and you know your horse, it knows what is expected of it, and progression stops or they take a step backwards, just look, there might be a pain indicator there.
Fab, I'm certainly going to take this home with me. Thank you so much, and I hope all of you at home have really felt like you've learnt something.